Every morning, millions of gallons of orange juice arrive on grocery shelves, perfectly fresh and bursting with flavor. But have you ever wondered what it takes to get there? Behind each glass lies a story of precision, innovation, and thousands of hands working in sync to bring that sunny taste to your table. Today, we're diving into the mesmerizing journey of orange juice, from hand-picked groves to high-speed factory machines. Stick around, because this isn't just about juice. It's about unlocking the secrets behind one of America's favorite breakfast staples. Before we jump in, hit subscribe so you never miss another behind-the-scenes look at how your favorite foods are made too. The origin of orange juice. Orange juice has a history that's as vibrant as its taste. The concept of squeezing oranges for juice dates back centuries, possibly as far back as ancient civilizations that grew citrus. However, it wasn't until the mid-20th century that orange juice truly became a staple in American households. Advances in preservation techniques, especially the development of pasteurization and freezing processes, allowed for orange juice to be enjoyed year-round, not just during orange growing seasons. It soon became the iconic breakfast beverage we know today. During World War II, the U.S. government even promoted orange juice as a nutrient-packed food for soldiers, further cementing its place in American culture. Fresh squeezed orange juice contains no additives or preservatives, which gives it that rich, natural flavor many people love. It's packed with vitamin C, offering a great morning boost. But because fresh squeezed juice has a shorter shelf life, it's less commonly seen in grocery aisles compared to pasteurized, long-life orange juice. Processed juice is often pasteurized to kill bacteria and prolong shelf life, but the trade-off is that some natural flavor and nutrients may be lost in the process. The orange groves. The journey of orange juice begins long before it reaches a factory. It starts in the vast orange groves spread across warm, sun-soaked regions. Growing oranges takes time, care, and a lot of patience. Orange trees require several months to reach maturity and bear fruit. In the U.S., states like Florida and California lead in orange production, with their climate providing the perfect conditions for these juicy fruits. Come early November, these trees are loaded with ripe, bright oranges, ready for harvest. Timing is crucial because only when the oranges reach peak ripeness will they have the sweetness and juice content needed for production. Surprisingly, even with technological advancements, orange picking remains a hands-on process. Workers carefully pick each orange to avoid damaging either the fruit or the tree. This method, though time-intensive, prevents bruising that could affect juice quality. Pickers use special lightweight bags that can hold several oranges without putting too much strain on the fruit. This meticulous approach ensures that each orange arrives at the processing plant in pristine condition, ready for juicing. Not all oranges are ideal for juicing. For mass production, varieties like the Hamlin orange are favored. These small but mighty fruits pack a high juice content, making them perfect for large-scale production. Interestingly, these oranges are often picked while their skins are still green. A green exterior doesn't mean the fruit isn't ripe. It's just a sign of the unique sugars locked within, which give the juice a sweeter taste. Once harvested, oranges go through a rigorous sorting process. Pickers inspect each fruit as they transfer them from their bags. If an orange has a tear or puncture, it's discarded, as internal damage can lead to off flavors or spoilage. Minor blemishes, however, don't impact juice quality, so these oranges continue on their journey to the juicing stage. The washing process. The first stage in the plant is cleaning. Oranges are doused with soapy water, which is sprayed onto them as they move along conveyor belts. Rotating nylon brushes scrub away dirt, dust, and any other debris that may have clung to the fruit during its time in the grove. Once the initial wash is complete, a second sprayer rinses off any remaining soap. Brushes keep the oranges moving forward, ensuring they're spotless. This two-step cleaning process is vital to guarantee that the juice extracted later is free from contaminants or unwanted flavors. Air drying with fans. After washing, the oranges travel along a conveyor belt under powerful fans. These fans help dry off any lingering moisture. This drying step prevents water from diluting the juice and ensures each orange is ready for its final inspection before juicing. Once dried, the oranges pass through a secondary set of brushes with softer bristles. This last round buffs the fruit's skin to remove any last remnants of dirt or residue, giving the oranges a pristine look before they're inspected once more. The final inspection is critical. Inspectors check for any remaining damaged oranges that might have slipped through. This attention to detail ensures only the best oranges make it to the juicing machine, maintaining a high standard of quality in the final product. 14. Loading the juicer. Once inspected, the oranges are loaded into the juicer whole. This machine is designed to handle the entire fruit, eliminating the need for slicing or other preparation. Its efficiency is unmatched, allowing for the extraction of juice on a large scale. Inside the juicer, a fascinating process unfolds. Metal teeth puncture each orange, peeling back its skin to allow for maximum juice extraction. The machine separates the seeds, pulp, and membranes, leaving behind only the fresh, pure juice. The juice flows into a large vat equipped with filtering screens that can adjust pulp levels. Some people love their juice with a bit of pulp, while others prefer a smoother texture. These filters allow the juice to be tailored to meet different consumer preferences. The juice is bottled immediately, often in plastic jugs. These bottles are designed to expand slightly, which is crucial for storing unpasteurized juice. Because the juice is unpasteurized, it can ferment slightly, causing gases to build up. The flexible bottles prevent bursting while keeping the juice fresh. Instead of pasteurizing, this fresh squeezed juice is chilled immediately to lock in that natural flavor and vibrant color. This process results in a shorter shelf life, but delivers a flavor that's as close to fresh as possible, giving consumers an authentic taste. Once bottled, the juice is stored in refrigerated units. Fresh squeezed juice may not last as long as pasteurized varieties, but it's all about quality over quantity. This juice delivers a burst of pure, unaltered flavor that pasteurized juice just can't match. Finally, each bottle of orange juice is shipped off, ready to be enjoyed by consumers who crave that fresh, natural taste. With each sip, you're tasting the result of a long, carefully managed process, from hand-picking in sunlit groves to final bottling in a state-of-the-art facility. Next time you pour yourself a glass, take a moment to appreciate the journey it's been on to reach your table.
Ever wondered what it takes to make the iconic hamburger? Whether it's sizzling on the backyard grill or part of your favorite fast food meal, hamburgers are one of the most beloved foods in America. But behind every perfect bite, there's an incredible journey that begins long before the patty hits the bun. In this video, we're taking you behind the scenes to show you how your favorite burgers are mass-produced in a factory. From raw beef to a sizzling patty, crispy lettuce, and those fluffy golden buns, you'll see just how amazing food processing machines and technology work together to create America's most popular sandwich. Trust me, it's not just about beef, it's a science of its own. Before we dive in, if you're a fan of seeing how your food is made, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss a bite of the action. The origins of the hamburger. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how hamburgers are made in factories, let's take a step back and look at where it all began. You may be surprised to know that the history of the hamburger stretches back to the late 19th century. Though hamburgers are a quintessential American food, their origins can be traced to German immigrants who brought their culinary traditions to the U.S. The term hamburger comes from the German city of Hamburg, known for its seasoned, minced beef patties. But it wasn't until American ingenuity met the mass production needs of the 20th century that hamburgers became what they are today. Popularized in the early 1900s by fast food pioneers like White Castle and later McDonald's, the hamburger quickly became an American icon. Fast food revolutionized how we think about hamburgers, turning them from a homemade delicacy into a product that could be mass-produced for millions to enjoy daily. Today, factories across the U.S. churn out millions of hamburgers a day, using cutting-edge technology to ensure consistency, flavor, and speed. The ingredients: farm to factory. Now, let's break down the core of any good burger: the ingredients. It all starts with the beef, which usually comes from farms across the country. These farms raise cattle specifically for food processing, and the process of transforming this raw beef into a factory-made hamburger begins here. Once the cattle are processed, the beef is transported to food processing factories, where it's inspected for quality by the USDA. Only the highest quality beef makes it through, as these factories are required to meet strict standards to ensure that the final product is safe and delicious. Inside the factory, the beef is cut into manageable portions, and the trimming process begins. This is where excess fat and bone are removed, leaving only the lean meat that will be ground down into the perfect hamburger patty. To give the burgers their signature flavor, seasoning like salt, pepper, and other spices are mixed into the meat using massive food processing machines that can handle thousands of pounds of beef at a time. Grinding and shaping the patties. After the beef is seasoned, the next step is grinding. Large grinding machines transform the seasoned beef into a fine mixture, perfect for forming hamburger patties. Unlike your home kitchen, where you might use a small meat grinder, factory food processing machines are designed to grind hundreds of pounds of meat every minute. These machines ensure that every batch of ground beef is consistent in texture and flavor. Once the meat is finely ground, it's time to form the patties. The ground beef moves down a conveyor belt and into a patty-forming machine. This incredible piece of machinery automatically divides the ground beef into perfectly sized portions and presses them into uniform, circular patties. Each patty weighs exactly the same, typically around 4 to 6 ounces, ensuring that the cooking process will be consistent across the board. It's a well-oiled system, literally. These machines are designed to function efficiently, producing hundreds of burger patties every minute, and because of their speed and precision, the hamburgers you eat from fast food chains or buy at the grocery store will always be the same, every single time. Now that the patties are formed, it's time for what many consider the best part: the cooking. But how do factories cook thousands of burgers so quickly without sacrificing flavor or juiciness? The answer lies in the sophisticated grilling equipment used in food factories. The patties travel through what's called a grill zone, a large conveyor belt with industrial-sized grills underneath. These grills mimic the backyard grilling experience, but on a much larger scale. The patties are seared on high heat to lock in the juices, giving them that delicious, crispy outer layer that burger lovers crave. To ensure even cooking, the patties pass through different process zones. These are stages where the cooking temperature is controlled, ensuring the meat cooks thoroughly while still retaining its moisture. As the patties sizzle away, a steam system may be employed to help keep the burgers juicy. In some factories, a secondary cooking process takes place where the patties are lightly steamed to ensure that every bite is moist and flavorful. Cooling and packaging the patties. Once the patties are fully cooked, They need to cool down quickly to maintain freshness and prevent bacterial growth. In the cooling zone, conveyor belts carry the patties through a temperature-controlled area where they cool rapidly but evenly. It's a crucial step. Too fast, and the burgers dry out. Too slow, and they could spoil. Next comes the packaging process. Using advanced food processing technology, each patty is placed into airtight packaging to preserve its freshness. This ensures that the burger you eventually eat will taste just as good as the moment it came off the grill. Modern packaging machines are a marvel of efficiency, capable of sealing hundreds of patties per minute. And let's not forget labeling. Each package is labeled with the necessary nutritional information, the date it was packaged, and a lot number for tracking. These steps are essential to maintaining food safety standards, ensuring that consumers can trust the product they're purchasing. The buns. From dough to oven. A burger isn't complete without the bun, right? After all, it's what holds everything together. In hamburger factories, bun making is a whole process in itself. It starts with the dough, which is prepared in massive mixing machines capable of handling hundreds of pounds of ingredients at once. The dough is mixed with yeast, flour, sugar, and water to form the perfect burger bun base. Once the dough is mixed, it's portioned into individual bun shapes by, you guessed it, another food processing machine. These dough portions are placed on large baking sheets and sent down the line into enormous ovens that bake thousands of buns in a single batch. Each bun is baked to golden perfection, ensuring it's fluffy on the inside but sturdy enough to hold that juicy patty without falling apart. After baking, the buns go through a quick cooling process similar to the patties before they're packaged and sent off to meet their beefy counterparts. Assembly, putting it all together. Now comes the fun part, putting the entire hamburger together. This step is all about automation. The patties and buns are brought together on an assembly line, where machines carefully place the patties onto the buns. If the burger is being made for a fast food chain, machines will also add toppings like lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Condiments like ketchup and mustard are applied using precision nozzles, ensuring just the right amount of sauce goes on each burger. The finished burgers are then wrapped or boxed ready for distribution. This highly efficient assembly process allows factories to produce thousands of hamburgers in a short amount of time, all while maintaining consistency and quality. Final packaging and distribution. With the hamburgers assembled and ready, they're packaged for distribution. Large packaging machines place the burgers in boxes or wrappers, which are then sealed to keep them fresh during transport. Factories often use special packaging designed to keep the burgers warm, especially if they're being delivered directly to fast food restaurants. From there, the burgers are loaded onto refrigerated trucks and distributed across the country. Whether they're heading to fast food chains, grocery stores, or even school cafeterias, these burgers are kept at the perfect temperature to ensure they're fresh and ready to enjoy by the time they reach the consumer. So, there you have it. From farm to factory, we've taken a deep dive into how hamburgers are made, revealing the incredible technology and machines that make it possible to produce millions of hamburgers every day. From the grinding of the beef to the perfect baking of the buns, this process is a well-oiled machine, just like the burgers themselves. If you're loving these behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made, don't forget to subscribe for more. Drop us a comment about what food you'd like to see next. Innovations in hamburger production. Now, let's talk a little about some of the innovations happening in the world of hamburger production. As more consumers become interested in health and sustainability, factories are evolving to meet those demands. For instance, AI and automation are now being used to improve quality control and reduce food waste in factories. These advanced systems monitor everything from ingredient quality to the exact temperature of the grills. And let's not forget about the rise of plant-based burgers, which are becoming more popular in the market. Factories are adapting their processes to produce alternatives like veggie burgers, using the same high-tech machinery to ensure they taste just as good as the real thing.
Who doesn't love pizza? But have you ever wondered how it's made in a mega factory? In this video, we're going behind the scenes to explore the entire pizza-making process using cutting-edge technology. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can afford more free documentaries like this. Pizza, a dish that once symbolized the rustic kitchens of southern Italy, has transformed into one of the world's most beloved fast foods. Today, pizza is not only enjoyed in small family-owned pizzerias, but also in homes across the globe, thanks to the mass production capabilities of mega factories. As pizza's popularity soared over the past few decades, the need for large-scale production arose to meet the insatiable demand for this universally adored meal. Mega factories were born, using state-of-the-art technology and streamlined processes to produce pizzas by the millions, all while maintaining the flavor and quality that make pizza so irresistible. Factory-made pizzas are different from their handcrafted counterparts not because of what they offer, but because of how they are produced. The process relies on intricate, automated systems designed to maintain consistency, taste, and texture. From the sourcing of ingredients to the precision of baking in high-tech conveyor ovens, each step is carefully controlled. This ensures that every pizza, whether frozen for later consumption or prepared fresh for immediate enjoyment, meets the high standards that consumers expect. In this journey through the world of pizza manufacturing, we'll explore how factories manage to produce millions of pizzas with exceptional precision and quality. From sourcing high-grade ingredients to ensuring each pizza is baked to perfection, let's delve into the process of how pizza is made in a mega factory. Sourcing and selection of ingredients. The quality of a pizza begins with its ingredients, and large-scale pizza factories prioritize sourcing the best ingredients possible. To meet the enormous demands of production, factories often establish long-term partnerships with farms and suppliers that specialize in producing large quantities of flour, tomatoes, dairy, and toppings. The base of every pizza starts with flour, which is sourced in bulk from suppliers that specialize in high-gluten wheat varieties. High-gluten flour is preferred because it results in dough with great elasticity and chewiness, characteristics that are essential for a good pizza crust. Factories work closely with millers to ensure that the flour meets strict specifications for protein content and moisture. Each batch of flour is carefully inspected to ensure consistency across the board. The simplicity of pizza dough belies the critical role played by yeast and water in the process. The yeast used in factories is often specially formulated for rapid proofing, meaning the dough rises quickly while still developing the flavors associated with traditional dough fermentation. Water quality is another essential factor. Factories carefully filter water to maintain a neutral pH, which ensures the dough consistency and flavor remain consistent across all batches. Tomato sauce production is an art in itself. Factories often source their tomatoes from regions known for high-quality production, such as California or Italy. These tomatoes are harvested at peak ripeness to ensure rich flavor, and they undergo extensive testing for acidity and sweetness before they are transformed into sauce. Cheese, particularly mozzarella, is the crown jewel of most pizzas. Factories source massive quantities of cheese, which are either produced on-site or delivered fresh from dairy suppliers. Mozzarella, with its excellent melting properties, is the most popular choice, but other cheeses, such as cheddar or Parmesan, are sometimes blended in for additional flavor. The variety of toppings available in mass-produced pizzas is staggering. From classic pepperoni to exotic vegetables and gourmet meats, the preparation of toppings in a factory is a feat of logistical precision. Factories source toppings from trusted suppliers who can meet strict food safety standards. Vegetables are flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni or sausage are pre-cooked to ensure they are safe for consumption. Before any of these ingredients enter the production line, they undergo rigorous quality control inspections. Samples are taken from each batch, and they are tested for factors like moisture content, flavor profile, and freshness. Only the highest quality ingredients pass this stage and move on to the next step in pizza production. The dough is the foundation of any pizza, and in a factory setting, preparing the dough on a massive scale requires precision and efficiency. Pizza factories produce dough in bulk, often handling hundreds of kilograms of flour at once. The dough-making process begins with mixing the core ingredients: flour, water, yeast, salt, and oil. Industrial dough mixers, which are vastly more powerful than anything found in a typical pizzeria, are used to combine these ingredients. These machines are equipped with sensors that measure the dough's hydration and texture throughout the mixing process. By using precise quantities of ingredients, the mixers ensure that each batch of dough has a consistent texture and elasticity. This precision is crucial for maintaining uniformity in the pizzas that will eventually be made from this dough. After mixing, the dough must be kneaded. Kneading helps to activate the gluten in the flour, which gives the dough its characteristic elasticity and chewiness. In a factory, kneading is done by mechanical arms that simulate the traditional hand kneading process on a much larger scale. These machines stretch and fold the dough repeatedly, working it into a smooth, supple consistency. The goal is to achieve a dough that is stretchy enough to hold up under the weight of toppings, but not so dense that it becomes tough when baked. Resting and proofing. Once kneaded, the dough is left to rest and proof. Proofing allows the yeast to ferment, producing gas bubbles that cause the dough to rise. In a factory setting, dough is proofed in climate-controlled chambers where the temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. These chambers ensure that the dough rises evenly and to the correct height. Depending on the type of pizza being made, the dough may be proofed for as little as 30 minutes or as long as several hours. Factories use specialized technology to monitor the fermentation process, ensuring the dough is neither over nor underproofed. Dough quality checks. Throughout the preparation process, samples of dough are taken for quality checks. Factory workers inspect the dough's texture, elasticity, and rise. Special attention is given to the dough's ability to hold its shape when stretched. If any issues are found, adjustments are made to subsequent batches to maintain consistency across the entire production line. With the dough now fully prepared, it's time to turn it into individual pizza bases. This is where the large-scale machinery of the factory really shines, as dough rolling and shaping are fully automated processes. Rolling the dough. The first step in shaping the dough is to roll it out into large flat sheets. Industrial dough rollers work much like a traditional rolling pin, but on a much larger and faster scale. The dough is fed into the machine, which flattens it to a precise thickness. Factories often produce multiple types of pizza crusts, such as thin crust, regular crust, or deep dish. So the dough rolling machine can be adjusted to create different thicknesses depending on the type of pizza being produced. Cutting and shaping. Once the dough is rolled out, it needs to be cut into individual pizza bases. This is done using automated cutters, which stamp out perfectly round pizza bases from the rolled dough. These cutters can be adjusted to produce different sizes, from small personal pizzas to large family-sized pizzas. Some factories even produce square or rectangular pizza bases for specific product lines. After cutting, any excess dough is collected and reprocessed to ensure that nothing goes to waste. Pre-baking for specific pizza varieties. For some pizza types, such as frozen or pre-made pizzas, the dough is partially baked before the toppings are added. This process, known as par baking, ensures that the crust has a firm structure before it is frozen. Par baking also helps to preserve the dough's texture during freezing and thawing, so that when the pizza is baked by the consumer, the crust has the right balance of crispiness and chewiness. Sauce preparation and application. Tomato sauce is the soul of a pizza, providing the base flavor that complements the cheese and toppings. Factories prepare pizza sauce in bulk, using carefully tested recipes to maintain flavor consistency across millions of pizzas. Sauce production. The sauce used in factory-made pizzas is often a proprietary blend of tomatoes, herbs, and spices. The tomatoes are sourced from large farms and are processed into sauce soon after they are harvested to preserve their flavor and nutritional content. Factories typically have strict controls over the recipe to ensure that the sauce tastes the same across every pizza produced. Like the other ingredients, pizza sauce is subject to quality control checks. Factories use both human taste testers and machines to evaluate the flavor, consistency, and pH of the sauce. These checks ensure that the sauce isn't too watery or too thick, and that the flavor profile remains consistent. Applying the sauce. Once the sauce is prepared, it is applied to the pizza bases using automated machines. These machines are designed to apply an even layer of sauce to each pizza, ensuring that no pizza is under or over-sauced. The sauce is dispensed in a spiral pattern, starting from the center of the pizza and moving outward. This ensures even coverage so that every bite of the pizza contains the right amount of sauce. The machine's speed and volume can be adjusted based on the size of the pizza and the style of sauce application. Large-scale preparation. After the sauce is applied, the pizza moves down the production line to the cheese and topping station. Here, automation plays a crucial role in ensuring every pizza receives the correct amount of cheese and toppings. Mozzarella cheese is the most commonly used cheese for pizza, and in a factory setting, it is processed in bulk. Factories often receive large blocks of mozzarella, which are then shredded or diced on site. The cheese is stored in climate-controlled rooms to ensure that it stays fresh and maintains its optimal melting properties. Once shredded, the cheese is fed into automated topping machines that sprinkle the cheese evenly over the sauce. The machines are calibrated to distribute a specific amount of cheese based on the size and type of pizza. Toppings such as pepperoni, mushrooms, olives, and peppers are also prepared in bulk. Vegetables are washed, sliced, and flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni are pre-cooked and sliced into uniform pieces. Each topping is stored in refrigerated units until it is ready to be applied to the pizzas. Automated topping application. Just like the cheese, toppings are applied using automated systems. These machines are programmed to add the correct amount of toppings to each pizza. Sensors monitor the distribution of the toppings to ensure that they are spread evenly across the surface. For pizzas with multiple toppings, the machine applies them in layers, starting with the largest toppings, such as pepperoni, and finishing with smaller toppings like olives or onions. This careful layering ensures that the pizza maintains its structural integrity during baking. The baking process, with the dough rolled out, the sauce applied, and the toppings in place, the pizzas are ready to be baked. In a factory, baking is done in conveyor ovens that are specifically designed for high-volume pizza production. High-speed conveyor ovens. Conveyor ovens are massive machines that can bake hundreds of pizzas at once. The pizzas are placed on a conveyor belt that moves through the oven at a controlled speed. The temperature of the oven is carefully regulated to ensure that the pizzas are cooked evenly. Conveyor ovens have multiple heating zones, allowing the dough and toppings to cook at different rates. For example, the bottom of the pizza is exposed to more heat to create a crispy crust, while the top receives just enough heat to melt the cheese without burning the toppings. Different types of pizzas require different baking times and temperatures. For example, a thin crust pizza will bake at a higher temperature for a shorter time, while a deep dish pizza needs to be baked at a lower temperature for a longer period. Factories have precise settings for each pizza variety, ensuring that every pizza is baked to perfection. Monitoring the baking process. Advanced technology is used to monitor the baking process in real time. Sensors in the oven track the temperature and doneness of each pizza. If the system detects that a pizza is undercooked or overcooked, adjustments are made automatically to the oven settings. This ensures that every pizza that comes out of the oven is perfectly baked. During production, maintaining quality is critical in mass pizza production, and factories employ several quality control measures throughout the entire process. Even with all the automation, Human inspectors play a key role in ensuring that the pizzas meet the factory's quality standards. These inspectors visually check pizzas at various stages of production, looking for any imperfections in the dough, sauce application, or topping distribution. Additionally, factories are increasingly using AI-driven technology to monitor production in real time. AI systems can analyze each pizza for consistency, detecting even the smallest deviations from the standard. Food safety is a top priority in pizza production. Factories adhere to strict food safety regulations, including regular cleaning of equipment, temperature checks for ingredients, and rigorous hygiene protocols for workers. The factory environment is carefully controlled to prevent contamination, and all ingredients are stored and handled in compliance with food safety guidelines. Once the pizzas are baked, they are quickly frozen and packaged to ensure that they remain fresh until they reach the consumer. Flash freezing. After baking, pizzas are immediately flash frozen. Flash freezing is a process in which the pizza is rapidly cooled to a very low temperature in a matter of minutes. This prevents the formation of large ice crystals, which can damage the texture of the pizza during storage. Flash freezing also locks in the pizza's flavor and freshness, so that when the consumer bakes the pizza at home, it tastes as though it was freshly made. Once frozen, pizzas are packaged using automated systems. The pizzas are placed in cardboard boxes, which are then wrapped in plastic to seal in freshness. Factories use specialized packaging machines that can process thousands of pizzas per hour. The packaging is designed not only to protect the pizza during shipping, but also to be visually appealing to consumers. Many factories are also moving toward using eco-friendly packaging materials to reduce their environmental impact. After packaging, the pizzas are ready to be shipped to supermarkets, restaurants, and consumers around the world. Pizzas are stored in large, temperature-controlled warehouses until they are ready to be shipped. Cold storage is essential to maintaining the quality of the frozen pizzas. When it comes time for distribution, pizzas are loaded into refrigerated trucks, which keep the pizzas frozen during transit. Large pizza factories partner with logistics companies to ensure that the pizzas are delivered quickly and efficiently. The goal is to minimize the time between when the pizza leaves the factory and when it reaches the store, ensuring that the pizzas remain fresh and safe for consumption. Before retail, before pizzas reach store shelves, they undergo one last round of quality checks to ensure they are ready for consumers. Factories regularly take samples from each batch of pizzas and subject them to taste tests. These tests ensure that the pizzas meet the factory's flavor and texture standards. Additionally, pizzas are tested for structural integrity, ensuring that they hold up during transport and baking. Final inspections. Every packaged pizza is inspected one last time for any defects. If any issues are found, the pizza is removed from the batch and replaced with a new one. The scale and efficiency of pizza production. The process of making pizza in a mega factory is a remarkable combination of food science, engineering, and automation. From sourcing the finest ingredients to baking each pizza in high-speed ovens, every step of the process is meticulously designed to ensure that consumers receive a delicious, high-quality product. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the efficiency and sustainability of factory-made pizza production. For now, factories continue to churn out millions of pizzas, keeping the world satisfied one slice at a time. Thanks for joining us on this behind-the-scenes journey. If you enjoyed learning about how orange juice is produced, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating factory tours. We've got a lot more in store, so stay tuned for more amazing stories from the world of food production.